to Are You Paying Attention? I'm Sarah.
And I'm David. What are we going to talk about?
I think it's Big Brother week 3.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. We should talk about that.
Let's do it. This is, I was about to say this is getting good, but it's been good from the
really
get-go.
has. Yeah. And what I love so far this season is that the house is pretty much divided. Like,
yes.
Because last season they had the big alliance and they just sort of controlled everything the entire
We
game.
just ran that house.
Yeah, but not everybody is on the same page this season, which makes it way more interesting, and we're getting different groups controlling the house each week, so yeah.
At first, there were like little alliances here and there, and then now it kind of seems like maybe there's two camps.
Yeah.
Yes. The big start for this week was that Mama Day
Goodbye.
evicted.
You're out. You're out. And she won the power of the last laugh in that twist, because she picked up the 7th phone call from Kathy Griffin, but then she picked Jeff, Jackie, and Becky not to vote, which was sort of an interesting choice. Like, I don't know if they were guaranteed to vote for her or not, but she picked them to sit out, but then still by a vote of 7-2, she gone.
Yeah, I don't really know who would have been better for her to pick though. Honestly, it was like most people were pretty, once they put Meg up next to her, that's too tough. Nobody's gonna vote
No,
Meg
everybody
out.
loves Meg.
Right.
Yeah.
And honestly, I feel like, you know, Day was all crying and was like, I was too outspoken.
Yes.
And I called Audrey out when everyone else was afraid to. No, that's not why you were evicted.
Right.
You got in a fight with Clay and Shelly. And then Clay and Shelly got head of household. Technically Shelly, but it's the two of them together.
Yeah.
To play this game, you then immediately let go of any drama.
Yes.
You go straight to those people and you play like
schmooze.
you are, but you've got their back to the top 3. Whatever you have to do.
You form an alliance with them.
Yes.
Yes.
That's how you play this game. That's how you campaign. And I didn't see her do any of that.
No.
She had an attitude.
Yeah.
She kept saying like, oh, you're going to just let me go. You know, stuff like that. That's not how you get votes.
Right. And she's a poker dealer, and she had the worst poker face of everyone in the house. Always crying after anything bad happened to her. And she literally was in the bathroom with a towel on her face like, get it together. Get it together. And I'm like, oh my God, why do you have to psych yourself up so much? Just stop crying. Like,
yeah. I mean, I don't know that anyone's talked about this, but she has a baby. And so my theory is that she
really
genuinely
needs the money.
has like, no, I think she has like postpartum hormonal things going on.
because the baby's that new still.
Yeah, it's still a baby. So I feel like she probably is a little more emotional than she usually would be.
Sure.
But like, that's just not the time to play this game.
Nope.
If I were in the house, I would be a mess. So I'm not judging, but I'm just saying like, that's how you get evicted.
One of the big problems with Day's game was that she never kept anything a secret. When she figured shit out, she would just tell everybody.
Oh my God,
Prime
the
example,
biggest thing. Yes, please tell us.
The twin twist, she is basically the one who figured it out before anybody else, and then she went and told everybody in the house. If she had gone to Liz and said, I know you're a twin, and
wait, before she went to anyone else.
Right, I know you're a twin, but I won't tell anyone if you help me stay in the house this week. And then Liz and Julia could have campaigned for her and gotten her the votes to stay in the house, but she blew up her own game.
That was huge. I feel like Day was actually handed things to keep her in that house.
Yes.
And she did not use them correctly.
Nope.
I was floored when all she wanted to do was gossip about this twin twist.
Yeah.
Instead of use it to your advantage.
Well, and then she goes to Liz or Julia, whichever one it was, and she's like, I need you to stay calm. Don't panic. But everybody knows you're a twin. And like, I'll help you stay in the house. As though she's gonna scare Liz into voting for her. So then of course Liz and Julia are like, we're voting to evict Day because you're gonna blow up our spot.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
That was so like, I'm sorry, like I liked Day in the beginning, but I have to say that was poor gameplay, so bye-bye.
Bye-bye, you're out.
Along the lines of the twin twist though, it pretty much is out, and Vanessa, being the smart ass chick that she is, figured out how to use it to her advantage.
Yes. So she straight up confronted Liz, who was Julie at the time, and she's like, have you heard the shit about you? Everyone's talking about, are you a twin? Is it true? And then Julia just like couldn't take it anymore, and she was like, Yes, it's true. I'm a twin.
Well,
But
Vanessa was good about it. Was like, come on, you can tell me. You can.
yeah,
Like,
she's like, you got my word. Like,
Yeah.
I won't tell anyone. And so, but then Vanessa's thinking, okay, we got to form an alliance here because we got to get this other person in the house because when they both come in the house, that's an extra
That's
person.
another number for them. Like,
Yeah.
that's a way to look at this twin twist that I hadn't thought of before.
I hadn't thought of it either.
Everyone's scared of like, oh, another one's gonna come in, then there's two of them playing. Well, if you have them in your alliance, if
That's
they've got
a good
your
thing.
back, if you've been protecting them, you've got an extra person that has your back.
Yes, and this all happened, by the way. Vanessa found out that Julie was a twin before the eviction.
Right, before day went out.
Yes. So then she's doing, and we didn't see this before the eviction. They
Yeah.
showed this after the eviction, but then it's like a flashback, and Vanessa's going around to like Shelly and Clay and Austin, and she's like, okay guys, here's the plan. We're using this to our advantage. We're forming an alliance. It's called the Sixth Sense, and we're gonna make it to week 5 through 5 evictions with Julie and Liz, and then they're gonna come in and we're gonna have 6 people in our alliance.
Love the name, by the way,
Yes.
Sixth Sense.
Mhm.
But how amazing that that group of people figured this out before the eviction, and then 2 of them, one head of household.
Yes. Yes.
Is
Like they're
that karma? I don't know. What is
like,
that?
Like the
Like-
odds are in their favor.
Yes.
Like that's unbelievable that
Yeah.
2 people from that newly formed alliance went head of household for the next week.
So at this point, they're head of household. They've got this little group that I don't think the whole house is aware of, although the house does kind of feel divided.
Right.
But once again, everyone's like, Audrey should go out? Sure. But
Right. Maybe there's a
Maybe
bigger
not,
target.
yeah.
Yeah.
so it looks like, at least up until now, Audrey's like this target that we're gonna sort of dangle over here as
Unless
like,
there's someone bigger.
yeah, she's always gonna be a target, so we're just gonna keep her. So, you know, like if I have to go up against her, she's more of a target than me, that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Right.
But until then, let's get out some competitors, which is smart.
It is smart, yeah. Because still no one's talking game to Audrey. Audrey is not in any alliances. So it's almost like she went from being this huge threat to a complete non-threat.
Right.
But she's still, everybody sort of thinks she's the biggest target, but in reality she's not, because
Right.
she's not really on everyone's radar. Everyone's like, oh, we could send Audrey home, but then when they start to think about it, they're like, well, we need to be more strategic
Yeah.
than that.
I mean, she's not a threat, and if you know that you can't trust her, then it does make sense. Just keep her over there and
Yeah.
just don't listen to, don't talk game with her.
Yeah, don't tell her any
trust anything
secrets.
she says.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Vanessa, who is obviously a good little mastermind, and she's paired with Austin, who doesn't even know where he is.
He has no clue. Like when they told him that Liz and Julia were twins, he was like, oh yeah, like I thought that I had a connection with
He's
her,
like-
and then sometimes it would just disappear for 3 days. And it's like, yeah, because they're not the same person, you idiot.
Though, and he's like, I don't know if they're actually hooking up, but like that's the couple.
Yes,
Like
yeah.
he and Liz are whatever,
Uh-huh.
and he had no idea.
Oh my god.
Clueless. So Vanessa's clearly running the show
Yeah.
with that little duo.
Oh, also, but with everybody else in the house finding out that, you know, she's a twin. So now that they have this alliance, the Sixth Sense alliance, they have to convince the entire house that Liz is just one person,
Yeah.
right? But the other side of the house, which is like James, Jason, Jeff, Jackie, all these J's, Johnny Mac, literally all J's.
Right.
They're all talking about, you know, Liz is maybe a twin, blah, blah, blah. And Johnny Mac, the dentist, comes out of nowhere and he's like, yeah, one of them has a crown on number 9 and the other one doesn't.
He amazes me every week. I love him more and more.
He is so great.
I mean, it's such a dentist. He
Yeah.
starts comparing teeth. Now, if I ever like casually meet a dentist, I'm gonna be like,
Yeah, right.
talking
Like
to you.
self-conscious about your teeth.
Right? But that was funny because then he did start trying to analyze her teeth. But she knows now she can't be in the room with
Yes.
these people. Like, she can't allow herself. She's there. They were pointing out the differences.
my
They were like,
God.
you're heavier than the other one. The other one's flirtier than you.
Right.
Your roots are like all of these little things that she now has to worry about. She's
Yes.
like literally hiding.
Yeah,
from
they were like,
people.
one of you sleeps more than the other one, and straight up, you need to eat more because you're skinnier than your sister.
And then the other one, they were like, stop eating jelly beans. I was like, oh my God, this poor girl's gonna have like an eating disorder after this show.
But they did start to get smarter about it because then we started to see Liz like constantly in hats covering her roots and sunglasses, and she's always around a group of people, so it might work. They might make it through 5 evictions because it looks like she's definitely not going home this week. And then they only need 2 more evictions after
Yeah,
that.
I mean, it's kind of fun to watch, so
Yeah.
I'm all on board. It's
Yeah.
very entertaining television.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Vanessa's people that she doesn't like James, which makes sense because James
Right.
is quite a competitor.
Yep.
So that's
Because
understandable.
he won the first head of household, so she knows he's like a really good physical
He's
competitor.
smart
Mhm.
and he's physically competitive.
Yeah.
And then also she wants Jeff out and Jason out.
Yeah, one of those 3.
Jason unfortunately has kind of made himself a target only because he was like so with Day.
Yeah, so now people don't really trust him,
And that's unfortunate because I like him a lot and he's pretty smart in this game, I would
right.
think, but he hasn't been lately.
Yeah, but oh my god, he had the best line about Liz and Julia when he was like, oh, Liz is just waiting for her sister, Fat Beth, to come out.
I mean, the fat jokes were off the
And neither of them are fat, but it's just like
No.
one weighs like 5 or 10 pounds more than
I
the other
guess.
one.
I mean, I can't tell, but that's what they're all saying.
Oh my god.
my
But yeah,
God.
so Vanessa puts up James.
Yes.
And
John, because she
Yes.
wants John to throw it. I mean, Vanessa has a whole plan, although I didn't think it panned out quite well because she wants to put James up.
yeah.
And she said if for some reason James takes himself off of the block, she wants to backdoor Jason or Jeff.
Jeff.
So she was good either way, but so she wants to put James up with upon he'll throw it. Poor John.
Poor John has to throw it again, but he couldn't. He didn't tell them that he already threw it.
No.
Because he can't do that because
Right.
he can't. Like you can't go around
Well,
telling
yeah.
everybody like I'm throwing competitions left and right, whatever.
Right.
But poor guy has to go up and like throw another battle of the block to keep himself on the block. So.
But for whatever reason, Austin chose Meg and Jason as his people on the block, but they're supposedly still pawns because they're not.
Right.
But that didn't make any sense.
But they're supposed to win the battle of
Right.
the block. And it's like neither of them are great physical competitors, so why would you put them up against James, who is a known good physical competitor, to win the battle of the block? Like they have to win for James to stay up. So
Right.
that was real. I don't know why they didn't put Clay up.
Yeah, what I think I would have done was put Clay and like Jeff, I guess, like someone else
Yeah,
strong
right.
on that side, and put James with like Jackie, who you wouldn't even have to ask to throw the competition.
Yes.
She was just not probably going to play it well.
Right.
That would have been my theory.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But anyway, James actually just did horribly at the competition. So once again, John didn't actually have
Yes.
to throw it.
Again, because it was a competition. They're like in a foam party, and they have to match these patterns from like a yard sale or something with people partying in the foam, and they're wearing the same pattern, right? And James is like apparently the most stereotypical straight guy of all time, who literally cannot tell the difference between like a plaid and a chevron.
How can you not tell patterns? How can you not tell? I don't know. That blew my mind that
Yeah.
they couldn't do it. But of course, Meg and Jason were like, patterns.
Oh my god. And it was
florals."
so funny because Meg was super upset initially that she got put up on the block. But Austin came in and talked to Meg and Jason, and he was like, you guys are pawns, you gotta win the battle of the block, that's the whole plan. Vanessa has a plan and I'm not part of it, blah blah blah. So then Meg is like, why would he put us up on the block to try to win? She's like, Jason and I could win things like bedazzling a backpack,
Putting on a play.
right, cooking a frittata.
She was hilarious, which is true. That's what I was thinking too. But also, she should have mentioned picking out
Patterns and matching them. Yeah.
That's what they did.
So they like killed it.
Killed
they
it.
beat them like super easily. So now it's
So
James and Johnny
James
Mac
and John
still on the
are
block.
on the block. So if James wins Power of Veto, he'll probably take himself off.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
they'll backdoor Jeff. But if James and John stay on the block, I believe they'll just send James home.
Yeah.
But the house is divided,
Yeah.
so nothing is clear cut. It's
Yeah.
very exciting to see how people are maneuvering and
Uh-huh.
manipulating and all that stuff.
Yeah. And so I don't know what's really left in the takeover this week, because this week's takeover is just Rob Gronkowski, and it's Gronk's party all week long. And it was
Party.
first it was Gronk Pong, and then it was the phone party. So I don't know if he's gonna come in the
Yeah.
next 2 episodes and throw another twist in there, but they haven't announced anything yet.
Loving this season of Big Brother.
It really is good, and it's just, yeah, it's super great to see the house divided and everybody scheming against each other.
So who are your favorites right now?
I really am liking Vanessa. I thought I was gonna like Austin, because I sort of initially thought like he's super under the radar, and maybe he's playing dumb, but I really just think maybe he is dumb and just not with it and not really playing the game. And there are a couple of people who are not playing the game. Jeff is also not playing the game. Jackie seems to be not playing the game. Because Jeff literally didn't even know who won head of household. Like,
what? You were there.
Yeah,
what?
But I'm really liking Vanessa, and I'm glad that she got head of household this week, because I think she's gonna, you know, make a power move.
I mean, it's unfortunate because she will have blood on her hands after this week, but and people will eye her as a big competitor.
But she's got an alliance now. Who are your favorites?
Yeah, I mean, for whatever reason, just really like Johnny Mac now.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's like weird and crazy, but I don't know that I mean, I feel bad that he keeps going up as a pawn.
Yeah. But they did say, so Vanessa and Austin told him that if he was a pawn this week, they would send him through to the top 6, no backdoor, no pawn, nothing else. So.
Yeah, and he's got some sort of deal with Shelly and Clay to do the same thing. Yeah. So seemingly he's set up.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, and it was so nice too to see Shelly and Clay finally get out of that damn bed and like play the game and like get into a bigger alliance, because that was my big complaint with them. Like, they had each other's back, but it's like, you guys, you're laying in the head of household room all freaking week, not playing the game. Like, get it together and form a bigger alliance. So it's good to see them finally do that too.
That's the danger of being head of household, is that you kind of sit up there and you're like, I'm running things this week, and you just don't realize.
You miss all the game being played downstairs.
Yes. You still have to be social. You still have to find out like the vibe and what's going on. And I feel like Vanessa and Austin will still do that.
Yeah.
Vanessa will do it.
Yeah. So you're liking Johnny Mac.
I like Johnny Mac. I still like Jason. Like, I hope he kind of gets back into the game. But yeah, like smart game-wise, I feel like Vanessa's got the edge right now.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, let us know what you think. Like, who are you liking right now? What do you think about Day leaving?
Yeah, and give us a thumbs up if you're liking Big Brother so far this season.
Right? And what do you think about the twin twist?
Oh, yeah.
This alliance?
Yeah, how far are they going to go? Are they going to make it through 5 evictions or not?
I love Liz and Julia.
Yeah, me too.
Hilarious. Bye!
All right, see you next time.